All right, let's go. A little late to this, but nobody's been picked yet, so we're good. We're good. All right. All right. All right. Now we go and tweet out the links to this on Facebook, on Twitter, on just us. Cool. All right. Since he picks while I'm tweeting this out, I think that they should be going Josh Jones, offensive tackle. He is my offensive tackle. 5? Yeah, 5. Just before Mekhi Becton, who went 11th last night. Insane. All right. So let me make sure that this is actually decent. All right. Cool. So if anybody wants to talk in the chat, I'll be looking at the chat all night. So, all right. I don't know how many people are here from the actual last time I was on here last night, but last night I give the Cincinnati Bengals an A+ for Joe Burrow. They're up with the 33rd pick. Obviously, they made the correct pick. They made the only pick that they could really make here in drafting Joe Burrow. If they didn't draft Joe Burrow, I think that the world would have went to hell. It's the ATV show, by the way. Looks like T. Higgins will not be drafted by the Cincinnati Bengals. Man, I can't believe T. Higgins is still here. Denzel Mims is still here. There's a lot of good talent still here. I need to get a pencil here. I had pencils. I don't know where they are now. Day 2. Let's go. I'm excited. Cincinnati Bengals, 33. I'm projecting them to go Josh Jones, offensive tackle, 5 for me. Indianapolis. I'm going to guess that they go wide receiver. Got to be Higgins, but wouldn't be shocked if they went Claypool. I'm expecting Cincinnati. Well, I mean, Cincinnati really could use another wide receiver here. With T. Higgins and Denzel Mims, you got to think that they're going to be gone in the first 5 picks of the second round, I would assume. How's the audio sounding for this? Let me check. Just make sure that nothing sounds terrible. All right, cool. All right, dope. All right, yesterday I rocked the Pittsburgh Steelers. Today I already stopped rocking NFL stuff and was rocking Allen Iverson. Shout outs to Homage. Pick is in for the Cincinnati Bengals. 33. Thank God Roger Goodell isn't pumping up the crowd anymore. That was terrible. Chase Claypool would be a good shout. T. Higgins. All right. Well, yeah. All right. This makes sense. This makes a ton of sense. He wasn't on the phone with the Bengals, but maybe the Bengals had just and there he is on the phone with the Cincinnati Bengals. This makes a ton of sense. He was my wide receiver 5, I want to say. Wide receiver 5, just below Denzel Mims. No, I think he was my wide receiver 6. Just below Denzel Mims, but it was really, really close. I think him and Mims, take your pick. I believe ESPN was calling it a different flavor of ice cream, which is an odd way of just saying whatever your preference is. He was a dog at Clemson, an absolute dog. What? Oh, okay. They're showing his sister playing at Middle Tennessee. She's a basketball player. Didn't know that. Oh, it was 2011, 2014. He was also Mr. Basketball. Didn't know that either. I just know him as a phenomenal wide receiver for Clemson that Trevor Lawrence is going to be sad that he does not have this coming year. Joe Burrow needs another target, but now they have A.J. Green. I mean, I could definitely see them trading A.J. Green during the trade deadline, but now they have A.J. Green, Tyler Boyd, which people don't talk enough about Tyler Boyd. My God, that catch against Notre Dame was ridiculous for T. Higgins. And now they have T. Higgins. They have a decent amount of weapons. I'm not saying that, look, Joe doesn't have the weapons that Kyler Murray or somebody now has, but he has a decent amount of weapons for his first year. They're setting something up there. They still got to get some more help on the offensive line because they got Jonah Williams. And I think that's about it. I remember when the Steelers played the Bengals this year. I'm a guy that prides myself on knowing obscure talents in every position. And I didn't know like 3 of the offensive linemen that played for Cincinnati. So Cincinnati, y'all need to get some offensive linemen. So for the rest of the draft, just go. Well, they really need linebackers too. Jesus Christ. Cincinnati just needs a lot of help. Mims or Epinesa for the Colts. They need pass rusher, but I don't think that they can pass up on Denzel Mims here. I really don't. I don't think that wide receivers are falling, but I think Denzel Mims just was not supposed to be here. I think that they can get a pass rusher in the 3rd round. Or I think the Indy actually has 2 second-round picks, if I'm not wrong. So I wouldn't be surprised if they went wide receiver here and then went defensive end or pass rusher. Denzel Mims wasn't seen as like this huge dude at all until Senior Bowl. That's really when he got onto my radar. He killed the Senior Bowl, and he has killed the Combine. He has killed everything since the Senior Bowl. And it's kind of odd to see that maybe the tape said something that I went back and I saw the tape and I liked what I saw, but maybe some people saw something different, that they thought that the tape was why he didn't have a big name in the first place. They go wide receiver. Let's find out. I gotta think they go receiver here. It's Denzel Mims, right? Maybe KJ Hamler. Michael Pittman. Wow. Michael Pittman, I love, and he was absolutely a Steelers type wide receiver. Every Steelers Nation, go look at Steelers Nation. They absolutely love Michael Pittman. He was my wide receiver 11. So quite a discrepancy between Denzel Mims, who's my wide receiver like 5, and Michael Pittman, who's my wide receiver 11. It's not as big of a discrepancy as that would seem like, because I think that there's just so much wide receiver talent. But he's a big receiver, very similar to Juju, where Juju had he was like a 5-star coming out, and Michael Pittman was a big recruit. I remember coming out to USC, and USC just hasn't had great quarterback play. They haven't had great offense in the last few years, and those wide receivers have kind of suffered because of that offense. He's a big body target that can go up and get it. I really like Michael Pittman. I don't know if this is my favorite pick just because, hey, Denzel Mims still there. But I really like Michael Pittman. He was one of my sleepers in this entire thing, so I can't hate on it. I'm a little sad because my best friend's an Indianapolis Colts fan, so seeing the Colts go get one of the players I like. He also has a good YouTube channel too, Michael Pittman. So Lions would love Dobbins, Epinesa, Bond here. As much as I love Dobbins, I think that Zach Bond would be perfect for Detroit right now. I think at this exact moment, I just think of them needing an outside linebacker, a guy that can go rush the passer. Do the Lions run a 4-3? If the Lions run a 4-3, I'm bigger on Epinesa for Detroit. But they just have so many big dudes that – no, because they play 4 down. I remember them playing 4 down, so Epinesa actually might make a lot of sense here. But Epinesa is a power guy. He's not going to beat you with his speed. He's not going to beat you with his footwork straight up. He is a guy that is going to sit on the defensive line. He's a 5 tech. He's going to go. That's how he's going to rush the passer. So he's not going to wow you with his speed or anything. He's a power rusher, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I envision Detroit needing somebody like Zach Bond, who's a little bit faster. The pick is already in. All right. This is what I love about day 2 and the rest of it. It's just like the picks. So, like, it took 10 minutes to announce that Joe Burrow was the pick when everyone's known that Joe Burrow is the pick. And they did that with Chase Young, too. Like, we all know where these guys are going. So let's get these picks done fast. I like this. Bob Quinn, Lions executive, vice president and GM. Yeah. I'm gonna. So they got Jamie Collins. I mean, they didn't lose really a pass rusher here, but they didn't have a pass rusher to begin with. They get Okudah. I mean, that's an A+ pick. Lions are a base 3-4, but Patricia runs all different kind of schemes. That's right. I like Zach Bond more for Detroit. I actually like AJ Epinesa more than I like Zach Bond. AJ Epinesa, genuinely, I was flipping between. He was my second to third favorite pass rusher between K'Lavon Chaisson and AJ Epinesa, and then Zach Bond was fourth. So I like AJ Epinesa more than I like Zach Bond, but I like Zach Bond better for that scheme. I know that there's going to be the TJ Watt comparison to Zach Bond. I don't think he's TJ Watt. However, I hated TJ Watt. Well, shit. Uh-oh. Okay. You're like 5 seconds ahead. I'm going to guess that's not a pass rush. Who else could they be picking right here? Okay. Yeah. I mean, again, I think that they went with the running back. Dope background, by the way, for DeAndre Swift. Absolutely dope background. He's nicknamed Philly. He's from Philly. Not a bad pick, just not the best, I guess. That's absolutely how I feel about this one. I think DeAndre Swift, genuinely, there's a great argument for him to be the best running back in this draft. I had Dobbins going to Detroit, but I would be bigger on it if Zach Bond was gone. I'd be bigger on it if AJ Epinesa was gone. I really think Detroit needs to do something with their pass rush. And my God, DeAndre Swift's father is gigantic. I didn't know anything about his father. His father could flatten me by giving me a handshake. Holy shit. But I really like DeAndre Swift. He's extremely explosive. Who's the running back? Why am I forgetting his name right here? The running back for Detroit. I'd never pick him in fantasy because I'm just too scared. Why am I forgetting his name right now? His name is slipping me. But I think that DeAndre Swift will rival him. I think DeAndre Swift will probably end up being the starter. I really like DeAndre Swift. I am very big on him. He is a shifty dude. He's not the type of dude that's going to like absolutely kill guys. Swift's dad looks like he works out with James Harrison's. Dude's jacked. Absolutely. Swift's dad looks like he might be able to destroy James Harrison, honestly. And that's not an easy thing to do. He's a great pass catcher, too. I like the shiftiness. That's why I just keep saying about DeAndre Swift. The shiftiness that he has to make people miss is great. His head fakes, great. I liked Dobbins just slightly, but at first I liked Swift more. And I think it may be a Stone Cold versus Ric Flair thing for me, where on a different day, if you ask me who I think is the best of all time, I usually say Stone Cold, or the greatest of all time in professional wrestling. I usually say Stone Cold Steve Austin, but some days you might catch me as I say Ric Flair. I really love DeAndre Swift, so I would have liked them to trade back and get him. But who knows? Maybe Zach Bond keeps falling, and the Lions are able to get someone like Zach Bond or a pass rusher. That's the Zingaya. I hope I'm pronouncing his last name right. The pass rusher from Florida. That could be someone that the Lions are looking at. The Giants pick is already in. Lions have, I'm guessing it's the Lions. I don't know who they could have ran up to get. They have a lot of holes to fill. Huh. I'm gonna check the draft tracker here just to make sure I'm a little bit ahead of the game when I'm already forgetting, who picks in 5 picks or so. So round 2, T. Higgins. All right, boom. Dope. Pick is in for the Giants. And then New England picks. New England right here, they're licking their chops here. If they're able to get an A.J. Epinesa or if they're able to get a Zach Bond, I think they end up going A.J. Epinesa. I think I mocked the Patriots to get A.J. Epinesa at the 23 pick. So for them to get him at 37, it would just be the Patriots being the Patriots again. Jacob Eason is over Jalen Hurts on Mel's best quarterbacks. That's ridiculous. And I like Eason. Jake Fromm, 3. James Morgan, man, I watched so much James Morgan tape because people were trying to tell me about James Morgan. I didn't get it. He wasn't in my top 10 for quarterbacks. Can see them going Eason over defense. For New England? Because New England would make sense. For the Giants right here, I still haven't seen who the Giants picked. God, what? I think that the Giants address offensive tackle. I'd love the Giants to go out here and get another wide receiver. They need somebody. Yeah. Down Mr. Commentary on Higgins. I'll have to go back when this is over. I got you. T. Higgins, my wide receiver 6. I just had Denzel Mims slightly over him. I really like T. Higgins. He's a big-bodied. He's going to be a red zone guy. He is going to be someone that Joey throws the ball up to a lot, and especially when you have someone like Tyler Boyd and you have A.J. Green, he can be a guy that is going to kill guys on one-on-one because you're not going to be able to double-team T. Higgins. You have to worry about A.J. Green and Tyler Boyd. I think it's a lot of insurance as well for the Cincinnati Bengals when they inevitably trade A.J. Green, which I think that they'll do. And then they're just showing the great Steelers draft of 1974. Okay. And then they show Brett Favre. Never mind. When the 74 draft. Okay. We're not just doing a Steelers thing. I thought we were doing a Steelers thing. Cool. Where does he slot in? I think that he'll probably be a Y. I would say he's probably a Y. Go out and put Tyler Boyd in the slot. I'd put AJ in the slot. Put AJ in the slot, put Tyler at the X, put T. Higgins at the Y. Bengals are going to be going 3 out set basically every time. And it makes sense because Joey's able to scramble. Joey's able to scramble, and he's able to evade the defense, right? So that these guys can get open easily. Here's the issue. The offensive line isn't going to help. The offensive line is going to get Joey killed unless they are able to pick up some guys. I mean, if I'm Cincinnati, I'm trading the rest of my draft for Trent Williams. If I'm Cincinnati, I'll move Jonah over to right. So I still think that Cincinnati really needs to do some work on defense or on offensive line. But I think T. Higgins is a great pick for the Bengals. There goes the first safety. Okay, don't know who it is. Grant Delpit. I think it's going to be Grant Delpit here because he would actually work he would probably pair up the best with Jabril Peppers, who's a box safety. Cleveland tried to play as a free safety. Xavier McKinney. A little surprised. I like Xavier McKinney a lot. I think he's an underrated guy. I don't know how he is going to pair with Jabril. Is he going to be playing more of the center field role? I mean, it's odd because I would see Grant Delpit as more of the free safety, more of the center field guy, while I see Xavier McKinney as more of a combination guy, and then Antoine Winfield Jr. as more of a strong safety, box safety type guy. So a little odd, but if he can go out and play free safety, then I love it. If he can go out and play some slot corner, I love it. I'm gonna have to go watch. I'm gonna have to go back and watch Xavier McKinney's tape, kind of not thinking of him as more of a strong safety and see him more as a free safety. I really like that blitz they just showed right there. I would have thought that Grant Delpit would have been a more scheme fit for the Giants, but yeah, go ahead and move Xavier McKinney over to free safety. Look, there was a guy that kind of did a very similar. I'm not going to compare Xavier McKinney to him, but he kind of did some similar stuff at Alabama, and that guy's name was Minkah Fitzpatrick. And guess what? He's awesome. He's awesome. I mean, there's questions when Minkah Fitzpatrick came to Pittsburgh what he was going to be, and then they just put him at free safety, and he's been a monster. So I would like them to give Xavier McKinney just a regular position just for him to know what he is doing. They got the FaceTime up in the house, which is dope. That's smart. Or they got the Zoom. That's awesome. All right. Whew. All right, Patriots. I have to think it's AJ Epinesa. If it's not AJ Epinesa, it is. Belichick is. Harry Potter has immediately come into this because Belichick has been turned to a dog who is now sitting at his seat. Kyle Duggar, safety. Lenore Ryan. So what happened with is I like Kyle Duggar, and his athleticism has made everyone go crazy. I like him. I don't think he's better than Antoine Winfield Jr. I don't think he's better than Grant Delpit. He's going to be a guy that can do everything, which the Patriots are a team that, we are going to rotate everybody. They are like the Boston Celtics, where everybody switches. Everybody does something different. That's why someone like Kyle Van Noy, Patriots losing Kyle Van Noy to Miami, that's going to hurt them. That's a guy that wasn't a selfish guy and was a guy that just could have moved around and kind of do whatever. So I really like his athleticism, but in just terms of tape, I preferred a few other safeties here. A big dude, though. I hate that I'm watching tape. Like, look, I'm going to be mean for a second. I hate when I'm watching tape and then they got like just a car there. I'm just like, am I watching a middle school tape? Like there's just like a random car like in the parking lot. Like you shouldn't be able to see the parking lot on tape. But I like him. I like him. Again, I hope that I'm not reiterating this 24/7 throughout this day of the draft too, but just like value. Antoine Winfield Jr. I really like. Grant Delpit, really like. Well, I guess Grant Delpit probably wouldn't have worked so well as a scheme fit, but I think Antoine Winfield Jr. would have been a great scheme fit. I think that Kyle Duggar makes more sense for the Patriots scheme than Grant Delpit does, but I like Antoine Winfield Jr.'s a little bit more. Panthers is in. Wonder why Fulton's dropping crazy. Hey, man, right here. Christian Fulton, make a ton of sense for Carolina. Yetur Gross-Matos. Okay, well, they needed a pass rusher. Who did Carolina? Why am I already forgetting who Carolina took in the? They took Derek Brown. Okay, so they got the guy that could stop the run, and now they got the guy that could stop the pass. Yetur Gross-Matos' story is very sad as well. So he's definitely a guy I want to root for. Probably could have used the corner though, but I like this. I think that he's a little bit more of the speed guy compared to someone like AJ Epinesa. But again, I still like Epinesa's tape more. Miami, AJ Epinesa, Zach Bond. Dolphins get more O-line here. It never hurts. Josh Jones, I had them mocked to, I don't know, Austin Jackson. But who else do they have? They traded Laramie Tunsil. Yeah, go ahead. I won't be mad if they go more offensive line. Yetur Gross-Matos, 6'5", 266. I don't know his combine. Let me look up his combine, see what he did there. But His combine, he ran. Oh, that's right. He didn't run his 40. That's why I didn't remember his 40. All right, so Miami. I'm probably just gonna say AJ Epinesa for every team until it happens. Derek Brown, Yatir Gross Matos, Matt Rule has come in and immediately worked on that defense, which is interesting. And they get Teddy Bridgewater in free agency. Interesting. Odd that the kids are cheerleaders. Yatir Gross Matos, not social distancing, but you know what? This is the best day of these guys' lives, so I'm not going to be upset about it. All right, so the Miami Dolphins. Why are you guys going to commercial when the Dolphins have had their pick done for like 45 years? So if they go O-line or running back to help Tua would be huge. J.K. Dobbins makes a ton of sense here. Jonathan Taylor still makes sense. Antoine Winfield Jr. still makes sense. I'd actually love Grant Delpit here because you lose a guy like Minkah who could do everything. Grant Delpit cannot do everything. He's not going to be a box safety. He's not going to be a guy that's going out there and blitzing and attacking the run like that. But he's a great interception and ball hawk safety. I would assume it has to be running back. Who else did they take? All right, so they took quarterback, offensive line, and then corner. I'm going to say it's running back. I'm going to say it's J.K. Dobbins here. I'm going to say Dobbins. All right. I need a haircut bad. Jesus Christ. Okay, so who's after? Okay, then it's Houston. Houston. I hate to say this because I absolutely love the dude, but like getting a pass rusher kind of be okay for Houston when they don't have JJ Watt for half the season when he's always hurt. Actually, Houston would really benefit from Christian Fulton. See, for me personally, if I'm Miami, I'm looking at it, I'm going, all right, can I get AJ Epinesa or that type or Zach Bond type in the third round? Am I okay with them being gone? And I do the same thing with J.K. Dobbins and Jonathan Taylor. Are they both gone? Do Miami have any more picks in the second round? They do. 24th. Man, I think that Miami's almost a little bit of they're in a good position. They're in a good driver's seat right here because they can go with a running back and just wait for one of the pass rushers to go. They did get Kyle Van Noy. Everything seems to be running back here. I mean, they got Jordan Howard, but come on, it's Jordan Howard. Like that didn't solve all your issues. I'd love to see Tua and J.K. Dobbins as well. That would just make me happy. Ah, Jesus, this sucks. Please draft Antoine Winfield Jr. Actually, Miami, because I don't want to see him go to Cleveland. Cleveland's going to get Antoine Winfield Jr. or Grant Delpit. It's happening. Or they could get Zach Bond because they need linebackers. I hope the Browns mess it up. Robert Hunt, man, there's there is a lot of differing opinions on Robert Hunt. I did not have him as high as a lot of people did. Seems to be a trend of like people having the last name, having like the hoodie there. Grant Delpit does not look happy, I'll tell you that. I think that a lot of people are upset, kind of at Grant Delpit's tape that he's not a do everything type guy. It's not a big deal to me. You know who was a ball hawk? You know who just primarily just worried about being a ball hawk? Ed Reed. I'm not comparing Grant Delpit to Ed Reed, but that's what he worried about. And he was awesome. So, Houston Fulton, Raekwon Davis, or Davon Hamilton. As much as I like Raekwon Davis and Davon Hamilton, I think that they'll probably be there in the third. And I think that you risk it personally. I think that you go get Christian Fulton, and then you risk one of the. I think one of those guys would be there. Yeah, Noah was their other pick. I'm gonna say J.K. right here. Robert Hunt. Okay, so they were just talking about him. They beef up the offensive line more. Lloyd Cushenberry was still there, man. But then again, Pouncey is their center, I guess. No, he's not. He hasn't been their center for a few years because he's over in L.A. So, okay. I mean, I like him. Again, he wasn't in my top 10 offensive linemen. He did start games at left guard, left tackle, and right tackle, and they probably do need all the versatility help that they can get. And versatility on the offensive line is certainly something that's extremely underrated. I still would have went Cushenberry here. Still probably would have went Josh Jones there. Lucas Niang. But Robert Hunt's cool. Maybe I'm just a little low on him because I had seen some people putting him in offensive. I mean, people were mocking him over Mekhi Becton. So I didn't see that. A powerful dude, though. At least they're helping out Tua. I mean, you can't be mad. Tua's not going to be mad with good offensive line help. Indy traded up with Cleveland? Yes, they did. Ooh. Indy has to be getting a pass rusher here. Indy has to be going AJ Epinesa. Jesus Christ, I'm going to say that forever until it happens. I'm going to go AJ Epinesa or Zach Bond. I'm about to love Indy's draft, actually. Yeah, but how much do they actually need? How much do they actually need with DeForest Buckner that they just got? I mean, so me personally, I'm gonna go running back for Indy. I'm going to say that it's Christian Fulton for Houston. Indy's going to go running back J.K. Dobbins. Maybe Jonathan Taylor. I'll be a little surprised if it's Cam Akers, I'll be honest. And then Jacksonville is going to go. Who did Jacksonville go with last night? They got Chason and they got C.J. Henderson. Okay. Get a wide receiver. Ross Blacklock, I did not expect him to go right here, but there was some people that were higher on Ross than I was. He's a one tech. He's a big dude. He'll be lined up right next to JJ. That's interesting, and I could see them probably even trying to fit him as a father. Later played point guard for the Harlem Globetrotters. Okay, that's pretty cool. But yeah, this is a one tech dude, so he's going to be lined up right next to JJ. That beefed up that offensive or that defensive line. His dad right now as Globetrotter is just ill. That's sweet. I like Ross Blacklock more now. But I kind of had him in the same tier as Justin Matabuke from Texas A&M. I think I probably liked Ross Blacklock more than Matabuke. But I like Neville Gallimore more than both of them, personally. And you know what? Listen, guys, we're getting close to Pittsburgh, baby, and that's where I get excited. I'm going to get excited about Pittsburgh. Colts, man, where are they going right here? I'm going to say it has to be running back. Houston turned Hopkins into Ross Blacklock. Man, that is depressing when you put it like that. That's really depressing when you put it like that. Oh my God. I like Ross too. But with that over DeAndre Hopkins, I don't know what's going on with Bill O'Brien. I think I might be taking them out of my playoff predictions. It's hard for me too because I'm so high on Deshaun Watson. Colts have to go edge rusher here for sure with the trade up. I can see them going running back. I could. Edge rusher would make sense. I like them getting AJ Epinesa or Zach Bond. I'd love the Colts. You go, you know what? We actually like all of these wide receivers. Give me Denzel Mims too. Frank Reich, Chris Ballard here. All right, I'm going to have to text my friend here to see who they pick, see how excited he is or not excited he is for this. All right, with the 41st pick, Jonathan Taylor. Makes a ton of sense here. I love the pick. Personally, I like Dobbins just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. I'll be back in just 1 second. My bad. I just talked all about how much I like Jonathan Taylor. It's totally on mute. It's totally on mute. Dope. I like Jonathan Taylor. I like his pairing with Marlon Mack. He's going to be a big physical pack. Don't know if it is because of JK's. I don't know. He goes so low to the ground. They say J.K. is 5'10". I don't know if he's really 5'10". Jonathan Taylor, much more physical back, but they're really about the same size. So I guess they just like the physicality. I think J.K. is just kind of a do everything guy, though. You know, there are so many people that praise J.K. Dobbins' pass protection. I thought, as much as I love J.K., I thought the pass protection whole stuff was kind of a little overrated, personally. I didn't think that he was like an elite pass protector. But Marlon Mack's somebody that can catch the ball out of the backfield a lot for Indy. And then Jonathan Taylor's just running the rock. As long as he's not putting the ball on the ground, which he does have problems with, it's going to be a good pick. Jacksonville. So Jacksonville had already went corner, but then again, when you think, I mean, like, it would probably be dumb to go corner 2 out of your 3 picks, but they got rid of Jalen Ramsey, and then A.J. Boye went to Denver. So I actually wouldn't hate it. He did lose Calais Campbell. Jacksonville's a little bit of a wild card for me here. Because they could go offensive line. They could go wide receiver here. They could go defensive line. I mean, don't count them out as being the team that goes and gets Jalen Hurts. You know, the little thumbnail that I just made up. It's got 4 teams on there for Jalen Hurts. And that's Indianapolis, Pittsburgh, Jacksonville, and Chicago. Oh, Jesus, Chicago's next. But also, Indy, thank you for trading with the Browns, so the Browns don't. The Browns still might get their guy. Jesus Christ, how far did that drop the Browns down? Oh, okay, to 44. Awesome, great. Browns still going to get a great safety or linebacker. We're going to be getting to the Pittsburgh pick though very, very soon. Whoo boy. The worst thing about the NFL draft is when they just need to do 100 commercials. And it's like, guys, we don't care. We just want to see the picks. The pick is in for 12 years, and they still don't have the pick. I'm really surprised. I mean, look, I thought that the quarantine maybe had so many scouts and, you know, NFL GMs wanting to look more at the tape than caring about the combine and all of the other stuff. You put on the tape for AJ Epinesa, and he is good. He did not kill the combine at all. But, I mean, if you're really caring about the tape, AJ Epinesa kills the tape. All right, so at 42. No. Right. Laviska Shenault right there. Bears going to go O-line or safety. You could see the Jag shocking people with Hurts here. I could see Chicago going Jalen Hurts right here. Laviska Shenault, he's in my top 10 wide receivers. Again, I don't know what Denzel Mims did. Oh, the Denzel Mims Eagles thing. I forgot about that just the other day. That may be why he's sliding. But Laviska Shenault, huge body, great guy when he's actually able to get the ball. I say that because his quarterback was Steven Montez. I watched Steven Montez at the combine and was ridiculously impressed by him, and thought when I was going to go watch Shenault's tape and Montez's as well when I was doing the quarterback and wide receivers tape, I thought I was going to absolutely love Steven Montez's tape. But I hated it. I thought it was horrible. Just a second here. All right. I'm going to say it's Jalen Hurts because I don't believe in true love, which is what Jalen Hurts and the Pittsburgh Steelers would be. Also, if Jalen Hurts is drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers, I'm going to have to be on the defense for the Pittsburgh Steelers for the pick for like the next 5 years because Steeler fans, half of them are going to love it, half of them are going to hate it. It's going to be back to controversy with the Steelers. All right. Chicago, I'm going to say that it is Jalen Hurts. That is my official prediction. That means nothing, but that's my official prediction. Then Cleveland, going to go, I'm going to say Antoine Winfield Jr. I don't know if you can hear my dog drinking water. He drinks water so loud. I listened back and I couldn't hear it in the last live stream. Tampa Bay. Who would be perfect for Tampa? They did franchise Shaq. But I think it's going to be Jalen Hurts, Antoine Winfield Jr., Grant Delpit. Boom. Prediction. Who's at 46? Come on, let's do this. At 46, Denver Broncos. Okay, they fixed the wide receiver issue. Didn't they just get a tight end? Am I fried on that? You know, someone I could see the Broncos getting? Christian Fulton. If they get Christian Fulton, I'm going to absolutely, like, Broncos might have my favorite draft so far. Just sitting there waiting, getting great picks. Spice Adams. Cole Kmet. He's my tight end one. So if they were looking for a tight end, the best tight end in my personal opinion. Jalen Hurts is there, man. Antoine Winfield Jr. is there, man. The tight ends, I think, is one of the weakest there is in the last few years. The class is just not very exceptional. And, you know, give me Jalen Hurts, give me Antoine Winfield Jr., give me someone like that. And then, you know, give me Hunter Bryant, you know, in round 3 or round 4. Personally, that's what I would do. Okay, so Cleveland. I think Bears give Mitch one more year. They take quarterback next year. I mean, is Mitch even going to be the starter? Are we rolling with Nick Foles? You know what I'm saying? I was so low on Mitch during that draft. I was ridiculously low on Mitch. And odd for Chicago. I just didn't expect them to go tight end this early. I don't think this guy's, you know, George Kittle, Travis Kelce, even someone like TJ Hawkinson that was just picked, last year, 2 years ago. I like him. Yeah, again, he's my tight end one, number 1 tight end. But I don't think I would have drafted any tight end in the second round personally. And that's coming from a guy that is a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. And before we got Eric Ebron, we were seriously looking at tight ends. I mean, I seriously watched the tight ends tape. I was definitely underwhelmed. Browns, man. Dobbins to Tampa. Oh, that's right. They don't have a running back. They have Ronald Jones at running back. Yeah, Dobbins to Tampa makes a ton of sense. Tampa Tommy. You got Rob Gronkowski. You got Mike Evans. You got Chris Godwin. You still have OJ Howard. You have a defense that had Shaq Barrett, who had like a 455 sacks. That's actually the perfect fit. That's a perfect fit right now for Tampa. And then it's Denver. So let's say it's Antoine Winfield Jr. with the slight possibility that it's AJ Epinesa, Zach Bond, or Grant Delpit. Let's say it's J.K. Dobbins. Let's say it's then Christian Fulton. Atlanta went corner. They went A.J. Terrell. Oh, my God. Atlanta is going to go and get A.J. Epinesa, who there was many people thinking that they were going to get in the first round. They're going to go get A.J. Epinesa. The Jets are going to go get a wide receiver. The Jets are going to go get Denzel Mims. And the Pittsburgh Steelers are getting Jalen Hurts or J.K. Dobbins or Denzel Mims or K.J. Hamlin or K.J. Hill. There's a lot of people that I'm cool with. Or Neville Gallimore. Me personally, I want Jalen Hurts. But then again, Jalen Hurts might be here in the third round. We don't know. We don't know how this is all happening. So. I gotta think it's safety here. The Bill Belichick dog, it's already becoming a meme. Cleveland with the A+ draft right now. I don't know who they just picked. I'm giving them an A+ if they go and get Grant Delpit or Antoine Winfield Jr. But I really like AJ Epinesa. I'd really like Zach Bond. So let's see. Kevin Stefanski, Andrew Berry. And I'm all for analytics. I'm a big analytics guy. But also, I think that you have to know football. I wonder how well of a mind Kevin Stefanski is for football and Andrew Berry. Grant Delpit, great pick. Absolutely. A+. Browns are in my top 5 for this draft so far. I love it. I really do. I love it. This is a guy, I mean, last year, he's got the jacket on with the no shirt, just